Welcome to the Long Road with Joel and Christy. I'm Joel.
And I'm Christy.
What are we doing today?
Today we're going to be sharing with you just some of the ways that we make travel a little more frugal. As we've said before in some other videos where we talk about things like this, everyone's definition of what is frugal is a little different. And so you might hear some things and think, I would never spend money on that. And that's okay. It's all varying levels of frugality where it's good. But we're going to share with you how we save a little money on it so that if you take a trip, maybe you can use some of these tips to save a little money yourself if you maybe haven't ever thought of this. Okay?
All right.
All right, so we're going to start at the beginning of our trip. Obviously, we had to fly to there because we only had 4 days. So how did we save money on our flights?
Well, I've had an American Express card for almost 14 years now. I got it in 2008. So what I would do is I get mileage points for every dollar that I spend. And so that we've saved that up over the years. We use it some and then we'll save it up again. We'll use it some, we'll save it up again. However, we would use, not only would we do that, we would also use the card and pay it off every month. And when you do that, they just start throwing, credit card companies just start throwing money at you. And so they kept raising my limit, and raising my status. So I went from just a regular gold card, I went to a platinum card, and then they raised me up to the highest card, which is the American Express Reserve card. Just a few years ago. And so with that comes several different perks. Now I get free access to the Delta Sky Club, and then I get one guest pass every year as well. And so we used two of those on this trip, one going up there and one coming back. And when you get in there, you get free food, you get free drinks. You don't get free alcohol. You have to buy that. We don't buy that, but you do have to buy that. But most everything up there is pretty free, and you can get as much as you want of it. But anyway, that's one way. But the main way we saved money on that is that I also get one companion ticket every year. So I actually had a couple saved up, and so we used one of them for this trip. And so I bought my ticket and I used a companion ticket for Christy, and that saved us. That meant both of us flew on the price of one ticket. Now, if you've seen airline prices any time in the distant past or present, they've gone up a lot. So using a companion ticket helps us save a lot of money because my ticket was, I think, $423 just for me. And then I used a companion ticket for her, and we just had to pay taxes and fees, and it brought it to about $500, give or take, $504, I think. So in essence, we flew for $252 a person.
And like you mentioned with the Delta Sky Club, we got free food in there, so we didn't have to buy food in the airport.
That's correct.
And we didn't have to worry about bringing snacks in just to get us through the airport, which, is kind of a hassle at TSA because you got to pull it all out and show them. So we didn't have to worry about that because we had free food in the Sky Club. So disclaimer here, if you don't feel comfortable with credit card usage, we understand that. Don't use it. He primarily uses it for work purchases that he's reimbursed for. And then just occasionally a little bit with our stuff, but it'll be something that he immediately pays back as soon as he's done with it. He just does it for the rewards. He doesn't leave it on there and let it float for months and things like that. That's not a good idea. So, but again, if we're not telling you to use a credit card if you do not feel comfortable with credit cards, okay? All right, so let's see. So we've talked about our flights. Now let's talk about our car rental from the airport, because it's like another hour over to Pigeon Forge from Knoxville Airport.
And so with my job, one of the perks I get with my job is that we're automatically enrolled in Avis Preferred, and so we get a discount on cars, and also get to skip the line once we get to the airport. There was one I know a few years ago we flew into Atlanta and picked up a rental car there, and when we got to the rental car place, the rental car area, the Avis line was probably 50 people deep, and we walked right on past them right to our car just because we had Avis Preferred.
Yep.
And so, but this time we did get kind of a discount on the car. I actually had reserved a full-size car, full-size sedan, and then when we got there, they had actually upgraded us to a SUV, and so we got the SUV for the price of the car, and it came out to about $230 something, which is roughly $58, less than $60 a day for a rental car. And if you've seen the price of rental cars lately, you know that's a pretty good deal in most places. So
and it was an SUV, but it was also a fuel efficient. So it was getting 30.
Yeah, we got pretty good gas mileage out of it.
Yeah. So that was good because it kept our gas down a little bit. Because, like I said, we had to drive like an hour over to get to Pigeon Forge, and then we stayed in a hotel, but we went several times to our son's house, which was a little bit of a drive, like every time. So it was good that we had like fuel efficient car.
Yeah.
So let's see, hotel. There wasn't any big savings there. One thing that we will say is that a lot of, like a lot of people when they go to Pigeon Forge or the Great Smoky Mountains, they stay in cabins or chalets. We've done that, I think we've done it one time. Yep. But what we generally do is we get a decently clean hotel, because you don't really spend that much time in the hotel when you go to the Great Smoky Mountains. You're out in nature or either in one of the attractions, so you're really just using it as a place to sleep.
Yep.
And
all I need is a bed and Bible.
So
if you know what reference that's from, throw us down in the comments. Let us know where that quote came from.
That's it, bed and the Bible. It wasn't the fanciest hotel, but they're very, very nice customer service, and it's clean. And I am pretty confident that people that stay there come, and every time they come to Pigeon Forge, they go right back to that same hotel. Yep. It's right there on the parkway. You can literally, maybe a quarter of a mile off of it. Yep. So you can literally just walk straight onto the parkway from it. He got up and ran several mornings right on the parkway because we were right there at the hotel. Yeah. Let's see. So like I said, not any big savings other than we did book it through Rakuten. So we'll get a few dollars back from Rakuten when that processes, but it wasn't a huge savings. We will just take a little moment to note that part of being frugal doesn't mean you have to get a deal on every single thing or that everything has to be reduced. It means being prepared to pay for it. If you can't afford to pay for it, then you don't do it. And you do your research and you try to find deals. But if you don't find one, it's not the end of the world if you budgeted for it and you're prepared for it. And we were. So that's what, it's okay that we're only gonna get a few dollars back from Rakuten because we were prepared to pay for it. Yep. So let's move on to, let's see, attractions. Yeah. Now that's going to be a hard one for us to tell y'all how to do what we did. Yeah, because since our son and daughter-in-law both work at Dollywood, they get guest passes for Dollywood, which they gave to us. They gave us 2 for the weekend for Saturday. Yeah. And so we got to go to the park for free. And so yeah, I mean, if you know somebody up there, Yeah,
You know,
that
by all
works
means, hit them up.
Yeah, that works in any of the attraction, and you know, maybe
Yeah.
they know like something, because he didn't just, they don't just get free passes to Dollywood, they get free passes into a lot of the attractions.
A lot of stuff, because we also went to they also got us dinner at the Pirates Dinner Voice Theater show.
Yeah.
Which they also got us in for free. So also we played some mini golf that they get in for free. They get a companion for free. So yeah. So we did a lot of stuff. We did a lot of free stuff just because
they got free passes.
They got free passes.
Now, we didn't do everything that was free. We also did the Skyfly attraction, and I think it was $24 per person.
Yep.
And our son was with us, so we paid for his too. So that was 3 of us for $24 because our daughter-in-law was at work.
Yep.
So the 3 of us, and we just paid full price.
Yep.
Because we had not paid for any attractions, so it was okay. And I think that's the only attraction we paid for, right? Everything else we got into free. But we will tell you, as people who used to live up there, and before our son and daughter-in-law actually worked at Dollywood, we actually went there regularly.
Yep.
And so we will tell you, there are great passes if you're going to go to Dollywood and maybe Splash Country, and you're going to be there for more than 2 or 3 days. It might be a great idea to look into one of their season pass deals, because by the time you pay for several days of day passes, you might all have spent the amount that you would have spent on season pass, except you miss out on the perks. So you might as well check out those season passes if you're gonna make, like, because we were there all day at Dollywood, and we didn't even go into like 2 or 3 of the sections, Wildwood Grove, or what's the carnival area?
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Country something.
Country Fair. The Country Fair.
Yeah.
We didn't go to either one of those areas. So it is, and we didn't watch but 2 shows. Well, really, we watched 3. Okay, 3 shows. And still, like, there was tons of things. Like, you didn't even ride all the rides. Like, there was more than 1 day's worth of stuff to do there.
Yep.
So, you know, it might be worth it to look into season passes, things like that. As far as like some of the dinner shows, which are very popular there, between the ones that are owned by Dolly Parton, and also like the Hatfield and McCoys, also the Comedy Barn Theater, which is not a dinner show, but it's really, really awesome. All those things you can find coupon deals, like you can, like if you go to one dinner show, you might get a discount to another one, things like that. There's coupon deals all over. Like if you walk into a hotel, a Walmart, a restaurant, there's going to be a stand there with attraction coupons. Look through them. You can get coupon deals for anything just about there. The aquarium, any of the Ripley's things in Gatlinburg, you can find deals. So they're there. And also look online, because sometimes they have deals online that's not available if you just walk up. So be sure to always check that when you go somewhere like the Great Smoky Mountains. They're big on their coupons and their online deals.
Yep.
So that's really all that we can help you with on the attractions, because like we can't help you like not spend like the amount that we got away with. We can't help you there. But and also look at Living Social and Groupon. There might be stuff on there, but we never look because we didn't pay anything. But there's always a chance there's great coupon deals on Groupon or somewhere. So let's see. Now the last one is food. Only thing I can think of. Is that right?
Yeah.
What?
We ate at the hotel one morning.
We ate at the hotel one morning. We also shared meals in several places.
Yep.
Yeah, like when we went to Dollywood, we shared lunch. And if you watch our other channel, Adventure on the Long Run, forgot the name of our other channel for a second. But if you watch on there, you'll see us in the theme parks often. That is exactly what we do to save money and also calories. Is we share meals when we go to theme parks, and we did that in several of the places, not all of them. Obviously, we didn't share a meal in Pirates Dinner Theater. But yeah, and be sure to always check out those continental breakfasts in the hotels. Some are better than others. Yeah. And then also look around, there could be coupon deals as well for the restaurants that might save you a few dollars on your meal as well.
Yep.
Like I said at the beginning, it's levels of frugality, you know, like some might say I wouldn't have spent money on this, or they might have said, I think I would have spent more on the hotel.
Yep. And that's fine.
And that's fine.
Yeah. So drop us a comment below and let us know some of your frugal tips you take when you go on trips, yes. When you travel. We'd love to hear those. Drop those in the comments for us.
Yep. And
don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notifications bell for updates when we upload new videos on Monday, Wednesday, Friday, sometimes on the weekend, sometimes in between. You just kind of never know when we're going to drop one in there. But with that said, that's going to do it today for The Long Run with Joel and Christy. I'm Joel.
And I'm Christy.
Don't forget the long run. Give yourself a little grace.
Bye.